But we also need a personality that naturally engages with people, that naturally attracts that kind of love and adoration, and that led us to Natoya Goule. As you can see.
Yeah.
I mean, is this infectious or what?
Yeah.
To partner with Natoya for sporting events in particular. So she will be our face in sports as we expand our reach from just having the bins up and Sasko's jingle on the radio that everybody's familiar with. We have been at sporting events. I'm not sure if you're all familiar with us partnering with the Carifta Games earlier this year for the collection of plastic bottles. And so we're expanding that initiative of the success of the Carifta Games, including to the national trials this weekend. All 4 days we'll be collecting plastics, and so as we move further into the field of sports, you'll be seeing a lot more of us, particularly through Natoya and her efforts.
Jamaica is, as everybody knows, world famous for our athletic prowess. Anywhere you go in the world, people know Jamaica for its gold medals. Our proudest moments as a nation, if you ask most people, have to do with what we have achieved on the track. We want Jamaica to be known just as well for environmental management. We want all Jamaicans and the entire rest of the world to know that Jamaica is serious about having a clean and inviting and beautiful environment. It is natural that our ambitions to be number one on the track and number one in environmental management come together. And so it is an extremely proud moment for us and for the ambitions that we have as an organization and as a country to be able to partner with the brilliant and amazing Natoya Goule as we go forward with this effort. I'm absolutely thrilled and proud to be here and to be sitting beside you.
Thank you. It's a great pleasure for me to be partnering with Recycling Jamaica because, athletes, we always use our water bottles whenever we go at track meets, and, we always need to, dispose it, and to know that Recycling Jamaica is partnering with us for the national trials. They have created this space for us to be able to, distribute our bottles without, littering the environment, because if you have been around a lot of places, around Jamaica, you will see that, there's plastic bottles all over the place, or even plastic, and for them to come out and have this, going around and ensuring that you can recycle your bottles or plastic or whatever it is a great pleasure that I am a part of this. And, I'm just going to be here to do my part and contribute as much as I can. And I just want to say thank you guys again for making this a special day for me. I am thrilled and I am honored to be able to be a part of Recycling Partners of Jamaica.
There are a lot of Jamaicans who are keen about managing our plastic waste better than we do. They want us to have, clean beaches. They want us to have a more natural environment. But many of us still need to be persuaded, still need to be, brought into just thinking that this is something we should do. So it's important for us to have brand ambassadors who resonate with the wider public. Mm-hmm. So that leads us, first of all, to choosing an athlete, since we so deeply appreciate and are proud of what our athletes do. But we also need a personality that naturally engages with people, that naturally attracts that kind of love and adoration, and that led us to Natoya Goule. As you can see.
Yeah.
I mean, is this infectious or what?
Yeah.
How long is this deal?
1 year.
Lifetime.
Initially,
Officially 1 year.
Initially a year.
But now that I have her, I'm not going to let her go.
She will also be participating in some of our active promotional efforts. So we have tours coming up, we have a competition coming up that she'll be actively involved in. The approach that we took with Sasko, where we moved from a regular ambassador that just represents a company in a digital space, we've moved away from that, because if you're going to be representing a company like RPJ, you need to be hands-on. We're a company that has our managers picking up garbage regardless of where the space is, so our brand ambassadors will not be spared from that effort. So you'll be seeing her a lot more with our beach cleanups coming up. Recycling Week is a big deal for us. We have a schools program that we officially launch a tour later this year. Our gastric project will be launched for plastic-free July, and she will be actively involved in that. We can't give any details into that project yet, but she will be one of 2 persons leading the charge for that.
And of course, obviously, those schedules will have to be in sync with her international schedule
Yes,
as well. Because, like, for
yes.
example, you have Worlds and you have maybe you're going to go on
Right, yes. So a large part of what she'll be doing will be online and in the general space. But the way the world has been structured now to be so digitalized, it would not be a problem wherever she is. She'll be branded RPJ and representing.
We started Recycling Partners with an ambitious objective. As you pointed out, improper disposal of all garbage, including plastic garbage, was widespread. And so, as we were strategizing, we were trying to identify what are the different ways in which we can motivate and incentivize Jamaicans to behave differently. We have been surprised that once we start to put the infrastructure in place and the cages and the bins, that people put plastic bottles in them. And we have a project now where we are calling around communities, churches, schools, residential complexes, and we are offering them to bring a cage. And we cannot keep up with the demand for people who are asking us to bring cages to put in their areas. And when we put in the cages, people put their plastic bottles in there. And I'm telling you the story because a lot of it might not be mindset. A lot of it might be just our failure
to provide the facilities.
to provide the facilities to make it convenient and easy for people to do it. So I think that we can make a lot of progress, and then the more people see it being done, is the more those who are on the margin who are going to follow suit. And then when we get partners who can provide the motivation, like Natoya, that brings in even more people.
Right.
So I am optimistic that we are going to do well at this exercise.
And I'm hopeful too.